This rap flow here is so appetizing, and we need to talk about it. I love what Lupe Fiasco does in his song Cake off his latest album, Summer.
Ominous as a monster is underneath your posturepedic, possibly in the closet.
There's a variety of important ingredients here, but the one that stands out to me is the application of a technique I call the Flowtif. What is a Flowtif? It's the adaptation of the concept of a motif, but to rap flow. In music, a motif is a distinct rhythmic, melodic, or lyrical idea sprinkled throughout the song in order to establish a sonic theme. One of my favorite examples of this is Clash by Dave and Stormzy.
Jordan 4s or Jordan 1s, Rolexes got more than one.
Overrated one, most hated one.
Throughout the hooks and the verses, we hear Jordan 1s, Georgia 1, Onu 1, Bailiff 1, no. The repeat use of the word one by Dave and Stormzy, plus that particular inflection and rhythm, give the song its defining characteristic. When used correctly, a Flowtif can bind all the elements together and create a sound that's cohesive and satisfying to digest. So how exactly does Lupe apply this? Let's get into it.
That's that rap science.
In order to describe Lupe's Flowtif, we have to talk about the general makeup of his flow in the song. There are two main ingredients here. Number one is use of 16th notes. So when each pulse of the tempo is divided into 4 even notes, his syllables that he's rapping correspond to them. And number two, the use of syncopated accent patterns. That's a loaded term, so let's break that down. First, what's an accent pattern? An accent in music is basically when a note is emphasized. For rappers, that usually means using things like tone, volume, pitch, rhyme placement, and consonant placement to bring emphasis to certain syllables. Accent patterns create another layer of rhythm, or like I like to call them, meta rhythms. Slowly and steadily, my progression will ever be, cause the path that I'm carefully treading leads to where legends be. The meta rhythm in this case being ba 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 ba. The syncopation part is how we're bringing emphasis to the notes in between the main pulses. So instead of this, it's this. Alright, now the table is set. So let's get into some specifics about Lupe's application of these techniques in the song Cake. Lupe uses various combinations of accent patterns throughout his verses.
That mean my pen is in cinders and my deliverance shivers like Siberian areas.
And he uses an elevated pitch to bring emphasis to certain notes. The accented notes are a minor third above the other syllables. The precise map of accent patterns that he uses in his rap flow are more than likely neither fully intentional nor are they fully incidental. It's a combination of both. See, when composing flow, rappers are either constrained or majorly influenced by word selection. Multisyllabic words have their own natural emphasis patterns, or otherwise called stress patterns. In poetry, this is known as a metrical foot or a poetic foot. For example, the word intricate has a pattern of stressed, unstressed, unstressed. Intricate. The word tomato has a stress pattern of unstressed, stressed, unstressed. Tomato. Since they each have one stressed syllable, when I repeat each of these words on their own, they sound similar rhythmically. Intricate, 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 in. Tomato, 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 may. But because those stressed syllables are in different positions within the word, when I combine them together, we get a totally different rhythmic feel. Intricate tomato, intricate tomato, intricate tomato, in, may, 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 may. This shows that the meta rhythms we wish to create with our flow must work in tandem with the words that we choose. And this is where Lupe's use of the Flowtif concept comes in. By being careful with the selection of words, in some sections he creates and repeats a distinct rhythmic and rhyme pattern, and in other sections his words establish variations of that rhythm. Thus, Lupe achieves a great balance of consistency and variation. It makes his flow catchy, but also interesting. There are a couple of Flowtifs I have identified in the song, but one that sticks out to me is an emphasis pattern of 2-3-3 placed against the beat like this. 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 bop bop bop. Alright, now we get to the fun part. I'm going to illustrate the difference between just using this pattern over and over versus using it as a Flowtif and bringing it in now and again, just like Lupe does. I'll do this by performing 2 versions of a particular 4-bar section of the first verse. Alright, let's go.
Janis Joplin droplets sounded like an apocalypse mixed with Christopher Wallace's topics on it with obelisks. It's a kabbalist novelist and a semi-esophagus. Rhyme is prominence, optimist, tasting like it is chocolate. Janis Joplin droplets, it sound like the apocalypse mixed with Christopher Wallace's topics on top of obelisks. It's a kabbalist novelist inside of my esophagus. Rhyme is prominence, optimist, and this shit tastes like chocolate cake.
So you can hopefully hear how the first version sounded quite repetitive. That's not necessarily worse, because I think heavy rhythmic repetition is a technique in itself. itself. It has its time and place. But the Flowtif method reminds me of how skilled jazz musicians solo. They'll take an idea and let it develop and evolve, but now again bring us back home to the central idea. Note that I actually had to edit the verse lyrically as well in the repetitive version. As I said, the natural emphasis of words influences flow. I couldn't simply retrofit those exact lyrics into the particular rhythm. This obviously has implications for meaning, which is a huge reason why the art of rap is such an intricate one. We gotta say cool stuff, but make it flow nicely as well. The true sweetness and deliciousness of good flow comes from a great balance of technicality, catchiness, and variance. The Flowtif is definitely one of the key ingredients to achieving this. There are many flows from Lupe Fiasco that I love, but I think this one takes the cake. You know what it is. If you want more like this, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm out.